I'm back! I know the last 7 months have been absolutely brutal for late night comedians, but don't worry. Just because I've been gone for many months does not mean the Trump administration has gotten to me yet. No, instead, I've been working on this. New Mario Kart course? It's garbage, isn't it? I miss doing jokes every moment I was working on this. The news is so depressing right now. So with that said, let's get to whatever the opposite of a party is started and catch up on some headlines. In September, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave an unhinged speech in front of all the military leaders.
Basic training is being restored to what it should be. Scary, tough, and disciplined. We're empowering drill sergeants to instill healthy fear in new recruits. Yes, they can shark attack, they can toss bunks, they can swear, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits. This does not mean they can be reckless. That's why today, at my direction, we're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership, bullying, and hazing.
Hooray! We're bringing bullying back! He sounds like a Disney Channel school bully who got elected class president. Attention losers! I disrespectfully ask that you remember to deposit your lunch money in the box outside of your classroom and report to inside your locker immediately after. Later, geeks! Now tell Trisha that I want to see her after class. Oh, it's still on? Oh, Hegseth continued.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
No more fat troops? Well then, if we're supposed to bring bullying back, who are we supposed to bully? Women and black people? Oh yeah, that's right. So what else did they do to keep the military from going soft?
We've been talking about this Department of War. So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
This name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring.
Wait, so you thought Secretary of Defense sounded weak and your first thought wasn't to change the secretary part? Secretary of War. We'll be able to reschedule your war in about 4 to 6 business days. At least try something cool like Inflictor of Defense. You better watch out, brother, because when the Inflictor comes to town, you're gonna be in a world of defense. In October, former U.S. Representative Katie Porter, seen here realizing her dog got into the bathroom trash again, well, she is hoping to be governor of California and had a disastrous interview that turned at this moment.
What Porter would say to the 40% of Californians who voted for President Trump.
We've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care.
Follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation, which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never
reporter.
had to do this.
Questions? I came here for a stage softball interview. How dare you? I'm not one of those MS Now sluts. I am a journalist. In other strange news happenings, Stephen Miller and Goebbels, if he forgot to take Propecia, went to CNN because he likes pain?
Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
Stephen? Stephen? Hey, Stephen, can you hear me? It seems like we're having a technical issue. We'll try to fix that and get back to you after a quick break.
What? You can't cut away now. We just got to the good part. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Of course, there were several theories floated about.
CNN later claiming because of a technical issue, audio from another CNN channel started playing in Miller's ear. You had many speculating that Miller cut himself off and pretended it was a technical glitch because he wasn't supposed to talk about Trump having absolute power. Also had others saying that his audio was cut on purpose or that someone in his ear told him to stop.
While it's nearly impossible to think and talk if you're hearing something else, why didn't he say something like, Would you give me a second? My earpiece is malfunctioning. Like, that's what anyone normal would have said. And yeah, I do realize who I'm talking about. But still, maybe he would have gotten combative or angry instead of pulling a Mitch McConnell. At least now we know that the Windows 10 sunset came early for Stephen Miller's operating system. I also don't buy that somebody spoke to him in his ear to tell him to stop. He's said plenary authority before, and this administration is the boldest it's ever been. Why roll that one back? Also, why would Stephen Miller actually take anyone's advice on purpose? The theory that he accidentally uttered his secret agent phrase makes way more sense. Or that, as a disrespectful move to CNN, he was yanking one out under the table, under the view of the camera, and plenary authority put him over the edge. Also, that phrase, in addition to his pronunciation of dynasty, still continues to prove that Stephen Miller is still the most elitist asshole in DC. The one good thing about this incident is this prepubescent Lex Luthor actually shut up for a few minutes. As Trump was about to board a United Nations escalator, it broke. And Fox News was super angry about it. Like, really angry.
It does appear to be sabotage with the escalator and the teleprompter.
UN globalist staffers were basically plotting to set up the President of the United States. And I know that we have people, including the United States Secret Service, who are looking into this to try to get to the bottom of it.
But unfortunately, because the UN broke the escalator, we can't get to the bottom of it. In October, Tucker Carlson conducted an interview with white nationalist Nick Fuentes in a desperate bid to stay relevant, and because Nick Fuentes was being more racist than him and he was jealous.
You know, I agree with you on some of the things you're pivoting against for sure.
I'm an American nationalist.
Me too. Worrying about who lives in your country is far right?
Apparently.
Bro, why is Nick Fuentes so red in the face? All right, because he's embarrassed about how Tucker is sucking him off. There were some sensible voices on the right that called this interview out for what it really was.
It is not cancellation to refuse to signal boost Hitler's supporters like Nick Fuentes. It is not cancellation to criticize Tucker Carlson for rhetorically fluffing Nick Fuentes.
Did you hear that? Ben Shapiro says Tucker Carlson is fluffing Nick Fuentes. Oh, there we go. In lighter news, France sent a rocket into space named Baguette 1. Hey, France, you can't be more stereotypical and patriotic than us. You know what? Right now, we're going to send a satellite named Crippling Healthcare Debt. Look at this thing. It's not a baguette. That looks like something you'd stick up your... Well, let's just say it would explain why Diddy had so much baby oil. Hang on a second. Shaped like a cone, using a French stereotype as a cover, the friggin' coneheads are at it again! Hey, France, you better put some Vaseline on that knockoff Q-tips, because you got flamed. In November, communist cosplay bad boy Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor of New York City, and he had some powerful words for the haters.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Now that's how you pander to real Americans who are elderly. Shortly after his election, Mamdani had an Oval Office meeting with Trump that went exactly the opposite of what you would think.
But I just want to congratulate. I think you're going to have hopefully a really great mayor. The better he does, the happier I am.
He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Bro, I feel like they took this directly from my fanfic. But we can't be seen together. A communist hanging out with a fascist, it'll never work. Communist is just Russian for fascist. I know, but they'll never understand. I don't care. I need you to be the mom to my Donnie. Maybe I could give you affordable housing subsidies. Oh, God. Turn the volume up. See, Love Actually? It took me 10 minutes to write a rom-com story that had more believable romance, better written political figures, was way funnier, and it didn't have to be super morally dubious. In news that will shock no one, Alex Jones did something crazy, but even this one was a bit far for Alex Jones.
I am your host, Alexander Emmerich Jones, coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas, broadcasting worldwide. Now, obviously, everybody watching is only thinking about my mustache right now.
Okay, hold on. That is obscene. Can we blur that? Thanks. There we go. That's better. Now, first off, you're not pulling it off. Second, if there ever was a time for the fashion police, this would be it. You are 9 decades late for that trend. This look is giving global loser. This look is a crime against humanity. You are going directly to jail. Not that anyone asked, but let's see why he did it.
I'm doing this social experiment, I think for just a few days. But I don't know. I went to a gas station. I went in a grocery store this morning. I could tell you it had a wild effect on women. I thought they were about to start throwing their panties at me.
You put that mustache on to get the ladies? I guess that's why your wife divorced you, because you were too hot. Also, you're just trying it out. You sound like a college roommate who's trying out earrings and very much in denial. No need to be coy about what you're really trying to say. I can't believe Nick Fuentes has more restraint than you. This video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Or it would be if I didn't take such a long-ass break. Rocket Money. You know the best way to get rid of a subscription you've forgotten about is to purchase another subscription you'll forget about. Really? You'd rather pay $12 than look over your credit card statement for 30 seconds once a month? If the whole point is to be better at money, then why are you spending more? Also, why does the name Rocket Money sound like a crypto scam? Purchase yourself some Rocket Coin and watch your savings rocket far, far away. So instead of Rocket Money, our real sponsor is Cheapskate Dads. They'll save you more money and it's free. Listen, son, you don't need to watch all them fancy Netflix shows or the internets. Get yourself some rabbit ears and a DVR for $25 and you can watch all the network television you want. It's just as good, friggin' Gen Z. Well, I'm glad we are mostly caught up. Maybe I'll see you in 2 weeks for some more content. And remember, a spoonful of comedy helps the news go down.